That was Bailey Elizabeth, and now we have Jonah Noel. Hey, it's so good to see everybody. I'm so glad to be here. You have no idea how much this makes me feel alive. I wanted to just briefly share a poem with you that I wrote 2 years ago. I canvassed with vision organizing. You know what canvassing is? Door to door, try to get people involved. You get a lot of rejection when you get some people who want to talk to you. This poem was written about my experience and the potential I see with one-on-one interaction. It's about the canvassing part, but to apply it to what's happening right now. Instead of going to people's houses and knocking on their door, we're asking you to open your door up and come meet us here in this public space to talk, to have a dialogue. And I think that is very powerful. And I've had so many good conversations here. I am becoming a better citizen. I am learning more about the world in which we live and the rights that I have and the voice that I have and how important that is to be heard. And I just want to encourage people who are out there who don't really know what's going on and aren't really sure how to respond to just come and check it out. We're not beating people away with sticks. We will embrace you with open arms. We want to know what bothers you. We want to know what you want to see change. So I just want to say that I'm very glad to be here, and I look forward to seeing a lot more people. The poem is called Community, but it's a pun, so it's also called Come in Unity. For a brief time, we come into your lives, hoping to find an open mind and comfort in humankind. A clenched fist knocks at your door, eager to release it and reach for a connection between two strangers, a cause, and come in. For this truly is where social justice begins. Although we cannot step into your house, we will gladly talk with you about the issues that bother you and what you want to see changed. For you deserve to be listened to when you call out those issues that need to be named. How close the houses are in proximity, but how distant they feel from unity. Too many voices have been silenced by those who choose fear over kindness, whose sharp words lead verbal violence. With all the pain and discrimination in this world, I can't help but wonder what we're all here for. Is it not to come into people's lives and find the unifying humanity that resides in the grateful smiles and hands that we shake, in the long-lasting connections that we make? For a brief time, we come into your lives, searching to find like minds. And although it may be hard to believe, you hold all the power that you need to transform your situation and community. For when open doors meet open minds, possibilities fill the sky, and we can change all that is unjust and wrong. We can create a community of which everyone belongs. For in this small space between a front door and welcome mat, our humanity brushes up against each other, and we exchange just that. For what is a community? Come in unity, based on but different people willing to open up to each other and each concern. For justice is something everyone deserves. And because there will always be interns working for VOP who unite under justice and equality, we cannot be discouraged. We cannot weep or cry because we are standing up for people whose access is denied. Therefore, we will continue to door knock and adopt front porches as our own. For like front porch flowers, there will always be room for hope to grow.
Just really quick, could we just thank everybody who spoke for being brave enough to do that, and everybody who's working here all the time, staying here all the time, donating food to the whole community. It takes all these individuals to make this happen. So we're going to have a short question and answer time now. So anybody who would like to, I don't know if we'd like to do a stack, or what do you all think? Or should we just do hand raising?
do a huddle
A huddle.
between the speakers.
All right, we're going to do a huddle to make sure that we all want to answer the question together. So we can do
So, questions?
A lot of people in the press have said that the problem with the Occupy movement is you don't have one clear demand or any series of demands. What do you all hope to accomplish by being here?
So yeah, I guess that is a question that a lot of people do ask. And just hear it one more time so it sinks in.
So a lot of folks in the press are saying that Occupy movement doesn't seem to have one clear demand or a series of clear demands of what you want. So I'm wondering is what do you hope to accomplish by being here?
So basically, each person that participates in this Occupy movement, they all come with their own opinions, beliefs, and values. They each come with their own problems with the world, their own experience to share, and how that kind of relates to the overall structure of the society and the regulation or the legislation that we live in. And so, I wouldn't necessarily say there isn't nothing here. We each have our own way of articulating the problems that we each experience, and we each have our own maybe solutions, and maybe some of us don't have solutions. But as a group, I feel like what we're here for is to do something. As like before this movement, we each had this sort of belief that something is wrong, but we're not doing anything about it. And maybe some of us did. Some of us were involved with social activism before this Occupy movement happened. For me, that's not. This is my first experience with social activism. And what I find is that there are problems, and we each can articulate them, but we, as a group, we don't, in order not to alienate anyone, we don't necessarily say this is official, this is what we think is the problem, and this is how we're going to solve it. Because that kind of statement is almost unrealistic in a way. Because and that kind of like language is even part of the problem, because these issues are really complex, they're widespread, and it's not going to be one, like, you can't fit it in one little catchy phrase, you know. It's going to take lots and lots of thinking, lots and lots of dialogues between different people to come to solutions and figure out what we can do. But what we're doing here in the immediate sense is we're helping the community that is suffering. You know, what we said is we're offering meals in a safe place for people to come that need it. We're offering tutoring and AA programs for, you know, people that need it. And in addition to that, we're coming together as a community. We're making those connections that we need in order to move forward. I feel like the first step is you need to air all your grievances. Everything needs to be on the table before you can even consider some kind of solution. And the way that the mainstream media works is they want you to think problem, solution, and that's just not the reality of this world. And so what I would, like, if I didn't answer your question, I'm pretty sure I did, but I guess, yeah, that was, I hope that did.
Question? Go ahead.
Okay, so